So, discussion today, seeds versus bought plants. Which one is better? Which one do you need to do? So, I get asked all the time, do I need to start from seed or do I need to buy plants? And the truth is, you need to do what best fits you. Okay? That's the cool thing about gardening is you have so many choices. And so you need to lay out a plan of what do you want and need. For instance, I do both. Okay, so I put out 75, okay, pepper plants. I seeded 75. Do you know how many I got out of 75 that came up? 4. Just 4, okay? So that's all right. I have a backup, okay? I call a friend. She had the same problem. Her germination rate was horrible this year. I call several people, get with them, same thing. Okay, so I can't, I try to go to friends first that I know might have some. We do trades or I just pay them for them, right? Because they're my friend and I might as well give them the money. And once that happens, if I can't find that from that particular person, then I start to go to my favorite place, which is my local feed store. Okay, so sure enough, they get in the brands, mostly Bonnie. So you're going to see the Bonnie brand, and that's okay. I need my peppers now because my tomatoes are ready. This is fixing to go in the ground. It's ready to go. If I'm going to make salsa with these tomatoes, I need my peppers ready too. So they need to be on together. So they both come in together. I'll harvest them and I can make salsa. So that's the plan. I can't make salsa out of 4 plants. Okay. And so then, yes, I'm going to go to the feed store and my local feed store. He knows the best plants. He knows what people are growing. He knows what people want because that's the cool thing about a feed store. They all talk to each other and they know each other and they're local people. So local in your area. It's not a big box store that's like, okay, well, we think people want this. So he decides which plants he gets that year and what he wants. And that's what makes it awesome for me because I'm in the same location. So is it wrong to buy your plants? No. Okay. So this is going to help me. Did I reseed? Yes, I did. Because I really think it was a weather issue. I do not think it was a seed issue. That's another thing you have to determine. Some people do not have space to do seeds. Some people don't have the time to do it. And therefore, it's okay for you to buy your plants. I just suggest that you buy them from a local nursery or the local feed store because they are going to know what's best for your area. Another tip I have that is best for buying plants already and versus the seeds is if you are a first time gardener, I highly suggest buying plants because doing seeds is a whole nother ball game. And especially if you're not sure what vegetables you like, if you're not sure what your tastes are yet, if you're not sure what works in your area, I'd much rather you go buy a $2-3 plant, okay, and figure out that it didn't work instead of buying a ton of seeds, going through the whole system of seedlings and germination and all that because you may find out that you don't like peppers. You don't like banana peppers. And then you ended up having to go through all of that time and frustration, and your reward time is longer. Okay. So if you go ahead and you buy, which I think this is a banana pepper. No, excuse me, it's not. It is a sweet pepper. Okay. So if you go ahead and you buy this sweet pepper like this, you've saved yourself weeks. Okay. You are going to be rewarded sooner. Okay. So you're going to get fruit off of this plant so much sooner. So, I think for a first time gardener, that's more important. Okay. You can learn how to do seeds and research that this winter. Okay. And so this winter, spend the time to slowly get your setup. Like maybe every month you get a little part of your growing setup. Okay. It may be a light, it may be seed trays, it may be soil, and then plan your seeds. So this year, do experimentation on what you want to eat. So go ahead and buy several different plants. Now do make sure they're for your area. So pay attention to what type of sun they have to have, how much heat they have to have. Peppers love it hot, okay? So these cool little snaps aren't working really well. These were grown more than likely in a greenhouse where they got to keep the temperatures hotter. That's probably why my seeds have not germinated yet, is because I haven't had that consistent warmth that they need. And I don't use heating pads underneath. So some growers or gardeners who use heating pads underneath their seedlings, they probably have peppers now. I know this. I know I probably need a heating pad, but I'm just not ready to do that yet. And so go ahead and just plan out kind of this as an experimentation year and say, okay, let's try all these different vegetables. Let's make sure that we like them before we go and invest our time in a big setup and seeds. But that's my take on bought plant versus seeds. I just wanted to give a shout out to Griffin's Feed Store in Baldwin, Mississippi. That is where I got all my pepper plants. So check him out for all your feed needs, all of your vegetable growing needs, and they have great service. I've mentioned before where I get my seeds, and that is Baker's Creek. So they are my favorite. I have tried many of their seeds. Most of the time, they do germinate, and they're absolutely fine. I do not think that it is a seed problem at all. I do think it is a weather problem for me in the year here in spring 2020. So go check out Baker's Creek Seeds and see what they got.